Hello amigos, my name's Dan, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be talking about CHIVAS today partly because, I don't like to record directly after a game, especially after we've lost. And also, doing these videos are always epic when we've won a game, especially when we've won well. And I never really like to do them when we lose, obviously, especially directly after, because obviously emotions are high, and I don't really want these videos to be full of swearing and stupid statements. So I usually quite like to leave it a day or so, um, my schedule pending, before I do this video. So we're going to be talking about a couple of games today. We've had a pretty terrible week, as CHIVAS fans. So two games, two losses, two heavy losses against two teams that obviously we never really want to lose. The first one was obviously in the league. We'll talk about that in a second. But I just want to talk about before that game. So, before the CRUZ game, we were on a relatively decent run. We're having a relatively decent season, to be fair. The game before that, we won against CRUZ 3-1, which is awesome, as you well know, because you watched the last video. But even that, before that, I mean, obviously, barring the 1-0 loss against Necaxa, which was kind of an anomaly, we've had a really good couple of months. You know, in the league as well as in the CONCACAF Champions League. Obviously, we had Forge from Canada, so we could have had tougher teams in that, but you still got to go there in Canada, and Mexican players, South American players do struggle in Canada, playing north of the border, playing in the really cold weather. So it wasn't, a definite easy fixture for us. We still had to go there and play a game and win, and play two games, sorry, and win, which we did comfortably. It helped that we had the second leg at home, which is nice. Um, but even in the league, we were getting at some really good results. Um, Playing some really decent football as well. And while bringing in multiple young players, we'll talk about that in a minute, because I think I want to talk about why we're going through what we're going through, and I think there's multiple different things going on at the same time. So, yeah, we're having a really decent season, and I think we were right to feel confident and upbeat, positive. Obviously, the whole Fernando Gago thing and Paunovic leaving, this season was always going to be a big question mark. It could go really well, it could go really bad, in my opinion, because you don't know what you don't know what a new manager is going to do. You don't know what kind of changes he's going to make. You don't know what kind of players he prefers over the old manager. So there's a big question mark, big unknown factor in that. So I kind of went into this season with as big of an open mind as I could get, because obviously not only is he a new manager, but he's a foreign, and also he's super young. Like, he's only a little bit older than me, so he's super young, and he's done a couple of managerial stuff before, but I think this is like by far his biggest job. But having said that, he did manage in his hometown, in his home country of Argentina. So some people think that was a bigger job than Chivas, but I think overall, I think Chivas is a massive job for anyone, and considering his age and relative inexperience. And all the mess that happened directly before the season as well. Don't forget the whole Vega thing, Chakotay as well, that's dragging on. It's quite ironic that Chakotay, he's the one that has come out and said some stuff that has annoyed Chivas fans. Again, you want to ingratiate yourself with your new team, but at the same time, try not to kind of disrespect the previous team, especially the fans as well. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it, but I just thought it was funny that Chakotay is the one that's causing all this controversy, and Vega's the one that's just not said anything. He even complimentary. He went on Angulo's podcast, just like Chakotay did. They're all friends, so on his podcast. So yeah, he was complimentary. It's just funny how when they both left, you would have thought that Vega would have been the one that would have said some stuff and stirred up some stuff and felt hard done by, but he hasn't. He's left and done quite well in terms of not, you know, annoying Chivas fans. So Chakotay is the one that has, which is weird. I love both players. I didn't want to sell either player, if I'm being brutally honest. But yeah, there's certain ways to leave a club, and there's certain ways of ingratiating yourself with a new team without having to disparage your previous team. But anyway, I'm digressing. I don't want to digress too much. So yeah, like you gotta take in the whole preseason stuff. You got to take in the whole new manager stuff. You got to take in bringing up the new players. Gago's brought in new players that I think Paunovic wouldn't have, and we'll get into that in a minute. But so there's a whole thing going on, and with all that in mind, we're doing really well, in my opinion. We could have been doing better. We didn't take advantage of Tigres. America hasn't been that great in the league. They've been dropping points left, right, centre. So we haven't capitalised on that. I think we could be 2, maybe 3 places up the ladder if we'd just been a little bit better. Again, I wasn't too annoyed about that because I'm thinking, okay, well, if we get Legia in this tournament, that's a huge achievement because a new coach, new players, that's all going to take time. We got to remember, Gargo's only been in the job for a few months, like 5 months, like less than half a year. Like he's not been in here very long, and I think this tournament, as soon as Paunovic left, I think this tournament was a little bit of a freebie, in my opinion. I think it's the tournament where we bed in a couple of young players into the senior team, get them the experience they need, and then try and get the gear. If we get the gear, great. If we can go as far into that as possible, great. If not, that's fine. Get the season under our belt, get the experience under our belt, and then next season go for it. But anyway, so that's my initial reaction to before the CRUZ game. I thought we were doing relatively quite well, to be honest with you. I think from the videos that I've been posting, I think you hopefully get the sense that I was quite happy with how we were going and how the team is going and the players that were playing. I had 1 or 2 little issues with Gago, but overall I think we were heading in the right direction. We played Pumas, won them quite comfortably, which is great. You're thinking, okay, cool. CRUZ AZUL, we always knew it was going to be a massive game. It's going to be a really tough game. They're top of the league right now. They're flying right now. They probably won't win the league. Like they'll have another season where they finish top of the table, but then don't win the league. Yeah, that would be quite funny. But added spice with Antuna as well. You knew Antuna was going to get a goal. Just something about ex-players doing well against CHIVAS. It's just somebody should do a scientific study on it because it's just so weird. But yeah, we ended up getting annihilated 3-0 away from home at the Azteca. That was a tough pill to swallow. I don't think we played badly enough to warrant losing 3-0. I think we definitely deserve to lose the game. I don't think any Chivas fan could go, we should have got a point at least. But yeah, it was just a matter of it. The goals we conceded, it was by far Gargo's worst game as Chivas coach by a mile. I mean, we've lost to Tigres earlier in the season, and the Caxa 1-0 loss. You can't really blame that on Gargo. I mean, you can blame it on Gargo, but what I'm trying to say is 1-0, losing 1-0 to the Caxa, you can still say, well, we did fight, we did try, we had the chances. At the end of the day, their goalkeeper was better than ours, and their defensive shape was a little bit better than ours, and 1-0, you can kind of defend a 1-0 loss more than a 3-0 loss, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, we were completely outplayed against CRUZ AZUL. And I mean, I could go into the game and go into all of this. I just don't want to talk too much about it in depth wise because it annoys me too much. And then before we go into anything else, I want to go to the Club America game. So then we go, okay, cool, we're going to get Club America in Club Champions League, which means that we play them 3 times in like 10 days or something stupid. That's going to be horrific. You look at the 3 games, home at the Akron, the first game, which I liked in the sense that we have been doing very well at home. I think this might be the first game. I don't think we've lost a league game at home yet. I have to check, but we do very well at home, and you think, okay, if we, no, and the other two are away, so you think, okay, if we're going to win any of them, it's going to be this one. Based on results, based on America not being that great. America didn't play great this game. I want to say that right off the bat. They're not the America of last season or 2 years ago. They're not the America that are blowing teams away. I don't know whether it's their coach or their players. I don't know. I don't know too much. I don't talk or think too much about Club America if I can help it. But they weren't great. They weren't exactly. They didn't exactly blow us away. The first goal obviously was a penalty. It was just a poorly given penalty by us. A poor defense, and it's one of those things where you bring him down or he's going to score. So I wasn't too mad about them scoring the one goal from the penalty because I think, well, if he didn't bring him down and it wasn't given a penalty, they would have just tapped it anyway. We were 1-0 down anyway due to the defensive error. So just couldn't handle Quinones the whole game. I think he was their only real threat in front of goal, if I'm being brutally honest. Henry Martin scored the last goal, but he was barely in the game from my point of view. Zendejas as well. I think 19-year-old Chavez did very well containing Zendejas. I don't think he had a particularly brilliant game. He got past Chavez a couple of times, maybe. Got a couple of crosses. He got a cross cut back in for the second goal. But apart from that, Zendejas, for a 19-year-old playing his first senior season for the club, I think he did quite well against supposedly one of their best players. So, the penalty, okay, fair enough. And then they go and score the second goal, like I said, and then Henry Martin scores the third goal right at the end. That was the most FIFA goal I've ever seen. I mean, as soon as it happened, I tweeted out. I was just like, that's such a BS goal. Because it was like, that's a goal that everybody's conceded hundreds of thousands of times in FIFA. It's just one of those things where you have a shot, it hits the post, it goes straight to their player who's wide open and just taps in. And that he hit it, the ball hit him before he really realised what was going on. But it is what it is. I mean, it's 2-0 better than 3-0, not particularly. I think 3-0 makes it look better for the media, makes it look bad, more worse on the stats, but to be fair, the fact that we lost 2-0 or 3-0, I think still my reaction still would be the same. I think a lot of Chivas fans reaction would be the same as well. It was the manner of the way we allowed ourselves to be defeated. I mean, the players were clearly nervous. They're clearly out of their depth. Wally was given his serious. He played against Forge, but this was his first serious test at Chivas, and you got to say he failed. I mean, he did really well for the penalty. I think he did all he could do for that penalty, and it just it was perfectly slotted in. Fair play. So I wasn't too mad at him about that. It's not like he died the wrong way or didn't move or anything. He went the right way. He was an inch away from saving it, but. And to be fair, the other two goals you could say had nothing to do with Wally at all, but just very open defensively. We were constantly being counter-attacked. Quinones was causing havoc down that left-hand side, from their left-hand side. Right. Mozo was doing as best he could, but we don't... Alvarado is not very good, I don't think, coming back and covering the defence. And Alvarado hasn't been great for the whole season, in my opinion. But we'll get onto the players in a minute. But, 2-3-0s on the back of each other. Very disappointing. Obviously, we carry that 3-0 into the next leg now, and it's very, 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 very slim chance we can get anything at the Azteca. I mean, we just seem to crumble at the Azteca lately. America don't have to play at their best next leg. I think they had to this leg, and they didn't. I don't think they played especially well. I think a better team, a Monterrey, for example, I think maybe even a Pachuca, I think there were better teams would have given this America team a real go. We offered nothing offensively, and we were relatively soft on the defense as well. I would say that the penalty, I think I think the last goal, I don't think was on us. I think, he had a long range shot, which, a lot of people do at Liga MX, and it hit the post and it just hit the guy in front of the goal and it went in. So you can't really blame our defence for that. You can blame the defence for the second goal and the first goal. But having said that, I don't blame the defence because of the penalty we conceived. I blame the defence because we allowed them into the situation where the guy's either going to score or he's going to get fouled and then get a penalty. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Offensively, we were just non-existent in this game at all. Marion, and I'm going to go to the players now because I think there's some players that deserve praise and some players that don't. The players that don't, I don't think Marion's having a very good run right now. I didn't really expect him to start this game, to be honest with you. On the back of the CRUZ, the CRUZ AZUL game, I didn't expect him to start against Club America. I thought Chicharito or JJ Macias would start, and then obviously they would rotate each other. Based on CRUZ AZUL, but Marin hasn't been that great. Obviously, he's got a couple of goals, fair play to him, but he hasn't been that great. And in my experience, if a player is consistently not playing that great, you sub him out, you get somebody else a chance. They're either going to do brilliantly, or the player on the bench is going to, think, bloody hell, I need to up my game here. I need to train more. I need to do better, and that fire then would then maybe spark them coming back on and doing well. But he hasn't done great. Piojo Alvarado hasn't done great either. At all, in my opinion, this whole tournament. I don't think he's been that brilliant. Who else is that? I think Pocho's been our best player. People will argue that all they like. I think it's true. And I think one of my big gripes against Gago at the moment is he subs Pocho out first. Again, I don't know whether there's niggling injuries. I don't know if he's ill. I don't know if Pocho's requested to come off for some reason. I don't know. I'm sick and tired. I was talking to my mate yesterday when we were playing Club America today. If he takes Pocho off, whoever he brings on, because in the CRUZ AZUL he took Pocho off for CHIVAS, I think. It was a defensive. Change. I was like, why is he taking Pocho off for? The thing is as well, the other people say that he doesn't play Pocho in his best position. He's a number 10. He's not a winger. He's not a midfielder. He's a number 10. He's a bit of a second striker type player. And I think we played him out on the left. Or at least we started him out on the left in the Club America game. It's just very odd. I think Chavez is doing brilliantly for the fact that he's young and it's his first senior season. I think he's doing it epically, and I think we just got to stick with him. The more experience he gets, I think he could become not world class. We could become a class left back for us. Same with Rangel. I think Rangel has done brilliantly as well. Absolutely deserved their places in the first team. Our centre backs are, I think, struggling at the moment. Pollo's doing alright one game and then doesn't do great in the next game. Chiquete as well. I don't know. I could talk all day about these two, but I think our centre backs are letting us down more than anyone else. Mozo again, class on the right back position. I think he does really well defensively and offensively, and he gets what it is to be a Chivas fan, in my opinion. I think he you saw yesterday in the America game, trying to get the fans fired up. I don't know. It's impossible not to love Mozo, in my opinion. I think he's one of the best players in the team, and I think he's one of the few players that understands what it is to play for Chivas and what it is to represent the club. And a bit like Chicharito, even though Chicharito has been gone for 14 years or whatever, he understands what it is to be a Chivas player and to represent the club and what the fans expect of us, of them, sorry. So, I'm not going to go through the whole team. I think there are players in there that shouldn't be playing the next game, and there are players in there that should. I'm happy to see Chavez and Rangel start, Mozo start. I would really love, because we got Club Leon next, by the way, on the weekends. And that's a winnable game. No disrespect to them, but they haven't been doing. They've arguably been doing worse than us this season. So I think that's a winnable game for us. We need to win it just to get a little bit of bounce back going, a little bit of momentum going, because we've got a super tough end of March coming up. The March in general is going to be long for Chivas fans, but um, yeah, this is the one game I think that we can win, and we have to win. We have to get that bounce back. We need to stop this hemorrhage of goals. I want to see either. I don't care whether it's Chicharito or JJ Macias. I want to see one of them start this game over Marin. I would probably think that it would probably be Chicharito over JJ. I think JJ is still being really mollycoddled a little bit wrapped in cotton wool. Just stick Marin on the bench for a while, have him fight for his place back, and then maybe that would spark a little bit of upturn in form. I'll be happy if Piojo doesn't start this game. Have him on the bench. I don't know what's going on with Padilla. Yaniel Padilla is one of the things that I have an issue with Gargo with at the moment. He seems like the perfect Gargo player. I mean, he's young, he's talented, he works hard. Obviously, he got that red card a few games ago, and I probably put a stain on his opinion of him, but still, Padilla's a brilliant player, brilliant little player, and he should be playing. And I hope that I would stick him on the right wing over Piojo in the Leon game and just see how he does. I think Piojo needs. I don't know whether he needs a rest, but he needs to stop playing for a little while. I think just to recover or I don't know what the issue with Piojo is, to be honest with you. I just know that he's not been playing great at all. Put Pocho in the number 10 spot, bro. It's not difficult. Just have him, in the midfield but further up. Pocho scores goals. He's an attacking-minded midfielder. Like, or maybe even put him as striker and see how that goes. But, very... Something is this game right, something is this game wrong. You almost feel like he doesn't really still know his best first 11, or he knows the team, he knows the players that he likes. He's just trying to sandwich them in, put Pocho out wide, and just play other players out of position, stick with Marin for some reason. It's just, I don't know, it's very, very confusing, very odd right now, but like I said, if we beat Leon, that gives us a little bit of a boost. We need a bit of a boost. There's 2 losses now. We're likely out of the CONCACAF Champions League right now. Whether it'd been a great thing or not to go into that tournament a bit deeper is questionable. I think even the most diehard Chivas fans, we'd have to be realistic about our chances of actually winning that tournament. And I think if we can't win it, to be fair, if we get smashed at home against America, who are not great, then I don't think we deserve to win it. I think that shows just how off we are from winning it. I would rather go out of it, if I'm being brutally honest, focus on the league. I think getting Legia in Gargo's first season, like Paunovic did, gives just the whole club a boost. It gives him a confidence boost. It gives the team confidence. And then, like I always say a million times, anything can happen in the gear. You don't know what's going to happen. So if it's just getting there, that's the big thing. So maybe it's okay. Maybe we play a second string against Azteca, play out whatever the fuck that's going to be, and then just leave that tournament, let them go on and get smashed in the next round, and then we just concentrate on the league. Again, we've got America away in the league as well. And going into this game, if we'd gotten a result against CRUZ, then I wouldn't have necessarily minded a loss in the league. Even before the whole thing, or before these last 2 games, I said to my mates, look, we play America 3 times. At home in the cup, away in the league, and away in the cup. I said, I think we could take a loss in the league because it won't affect our league standings too badly, especially if we can win the Leon game and win the game after America, which I can't remember who we play after that. If we win those 2 other games and lose against America in the league, but then beat them at home in the cup and then beat them away, or even get the draw away in the cup and go further in the cup, then that's what I would have taken. But that was before we got smashed 3-0, so I mean, before the America game yesterday, I would have been quite happy with us going on a bit of a cup run. Um, I don't think the teams that are in the CONCACAF Champions League are all that great. I think Tigres turned into an absolute beast in the final because that's what Tigres do. But Tigres have been a bit okay, a bit meh this season, especially in the cup. Um, but no, sorry, especially in the league. But they just do really well in one-off tournament games. But apart from that, I mean, Monterrey maybe. Who else? Pachuca-ish? I think Pachuca was still in it. Um, Inconceivable that we could have, if gone past America, then I think we could have get past anybody. But obviously that 3-0 is kind of, we have to readjust now and go, okay, you know what? Going on a cup run at this point in Gago's career is not the best thing. Maybe we just need to, cut those fixtures out of our fixture list and just focus on the league. But anyway, guys, I don't want to ramble on too much. I've rambled on a lot. I knew it was going to be a bit of a long video because 2 games to cover. A lot happened in both games. There's a lot going on with Chivas right now, negatively. And I just wanted to give as much of it as possible, a little bit of my opinion. So, yeah, like I said, I'm looking ahead to Leon now. I kind of spent a day putting the American result to bed. The CRUZ for me result now is history for me now. I'm over that. I'm focusing on Leon now. I'm hoping the team's focusing on Leon and we can get a decent result at home. It's at home. It's an absolute winnable game and it's a must-win game. No disrespect to Leon. Leon can quite easily get a result against us at the moment, how we're playing. But it's an important bounce-back game for us. If we could do that, then, we get past the Azteca for the America game at home, and then in the cup, and then we'll just play America again and see what happens. But for me right now, if we win the Leon game, then that puts me in a bit of a bad mood. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about, guys. There's 2 losses. Again, this is not a video that I like to make. It's always awesome. Like I said at the beginning of the video, like if we win a game, it's great to talk about it. It's great to praise players and talk about how we bested them and what we did and blah blah blah. But it's also important to, I find, get fans talking about losses that's why I don't like doing these videos directly after a game. I could have done it yesterday because I'm off for 3 days, but I chose not to because I knew it's just going to be swearing and I was just going to be, you say things directly after a football game that you probably would say the next day. So I always like to be a little bit more calmer and so I hope I am. Hope I'm coming across that way anyway. But yeah, anyway guys, I'll do a video for the Leon game, win or lose. I'll be off on the Tuesday, so the game's on Sunday morning my time, so it'll be a couple of days after the game, regardless of what we do, what happens in it. So, let me know in the comments what you think, what's going wrong with Chivas at the moment. Some people say it's Gargo, which his substitutions, I haven't mentioned his substitutions are weird. Most of the time, bringing on Chicharito for not Marin, he should have brought Chicharito in for Marin in the American game, he didn't, so that's a bit weird, but anyway, let me know in the comments what you think is going wrong with the GS right now. If you're an American fan, if you want to gloat, then you can in the comments, it's fine. So let me know what you think we could do against Leon as well. And hopefully we can bounce back and go again next week. So have a good week, guys, if you can, and I'll see you guys very soon for the Leon game. So take it easy. Adios.